back. Let's see. Hello, everyone. Yes, coming to teach y'all some things. I hope everybody's ready for that. Hey, Tim. Hey, Fly. Good morning, Tasha. Quita. Miss Red. We got Nikki. Hey, Fly. Said that again. Hey, T. Sippa. Miss Red in the building. Andrew, what's good? What's good, y'all? Hey, in the building. All right, let me pull it. Let me do my little pop-out chat so I can keep y'all in mind. I sent you the panel link. John, if you're listening, I sent you the panel link to your email. All right. Let me check my email again. Talked to my family one time. What's up, everybody? Marlene, hey. Renetta, how are you? Hey, Tina. Chosen Queen, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I got a special guest stopping through. So I'm waiting on him to send him the panel link. Y'all know how that goes. Who else we got? Is that Casa just came up in here? Hey. Hey, Don. Yes, Chosen Queen. You know this is a rare. This never happens. You know I don't come on this early, but it's all great. Waiting for our special guest to come through. We're gonna get to some real stuff this morning. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Ja.
Yo. Oh shit, we live.
Hey.
What's going on?
Everybody say hello. It's BJ the Voice right here. You live.
Oh snap, man. This is a cool little platform you got going.
Well, thank you. Shout out to Chosen King. He should be in the building shortly too.
Yeah.
I got my special guest right here. You know, he gonna school you guys on some things.
I'm gonna try.
All right, I want everybody to take a seat and open your ears.
I'm gonna do my best.
I'm gonna mute up. You got the floor.
Okay. First of all, what we talking about? What's the subject?
We're gonna be talking about Freemasonry.
Ooh.
Just you know, it's an open discussion. You're welcome to say whatever you want. You're a man of God, so you know, okay. I know that you can teach us some things. So you got the floor. I'm gonna mute
up. All right. First of all, before I get on, shout out to Keep Portland Real. You know, okay. I'll just go off on saying people who think they know about Freemasonry don't know about Freemasonry. And what I'm saying is until you reach the 33rd level, you really don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're practicing, you don't know what you're joining. Now, the mother of my oldest children, her grandfather is what you would call a Grand Archon. If you don't know what I mean by Grand Archon, I suggest you study Brother Steve Coakley. He broke all this down from the Black Boule to everything. Nobody was talking about the Boule Society, excuse me, before Steve Coakley. Nobody even really knew what, you know, Kappa Phi Kappa and Xi Theta and Alpha Pi and all. People didn't really understand what all this stuff had to do with. Now, historically, if you know about Albert Pike is considered one of the forefathers of Freemasonry. Now, I'm not saying that Freemasonry wasn't stolen from Akabulan, because it was. First of all, it wasn't called Freemasonry in Kemet. Okay, it was called the knowledge of the builders. So therefore, you know, the ones who built the pyramids, etc. So it all had to do with priesthood when it came to what you would consider Freemasonry. So in ancient Kemet, for you to become a full priest, you had to take over 44 years of schooling. That's why, you know, when people try to talk about the Moses story, like movies like The Prince of Egypt and things like that, it's inaccurate. It tells you in the Bible that Moses was one of the high priests of ancient Kemet. In order for that to be possible, he would have had to do 44 years of schooling before he could even be dubbed a priest. You feel where I'm coming from?
Yep, I'm listening.
So when you think about it, and I'm just flipping pages everywhere to give y'all a grand idea before I go into what Freemasonry is. So when you think about it, if Moses would have escaped Kemet, because murder was considered an offense, it didn't matter if you was the pharaoh, it didn't matter if he was a soldier. If you committed murder, the punishment was death. Okay, so it's logical he would have fled, right? So when you talk about Freemasonry today, Albert Pike said himself that most who think they know about Freemasonry, they know nothing about Freemasonry. When you get to the 33rd level, you find out you are practicing Luciferian indoctrination. So what do I mean when I say that? But at the same time, they got these things from Kemet. Well, they admitted when they created Freemasonry. They even committed when they admitted when they made the Illuminati. The Illuminati became before the Freemasonry. The Freemasonry was infiltrated by the Illuminati. But both say the same thing before they, you know, did this infiltration stuff. Both of them said that they were trying to imitate the ancient Egyptians. They didn't say they took everything from ancient Egyptians and the eye of Horus is considered evil. Well, it's not. Cut off half of your brain, you see your pineal gland. That's what it's all about. It's all about subconsciousness and conscious levels, esoteric, all of that. So they admitted they imitated. So when they imitated, they took what they could understand, flipped it, and made it for their own benefit. That's the whole reason why the pyramid has a missing top. If you look at the ancient walls of Kemet, the pyramid is all together. So automatic, you can tell there's such thing as good and evil. Now, Freemasonry, even in the 33rd level, most won't know what they're practicing. Now, I'm not saying this just to speculate. This is what Albert Pike said. So what I'm finna do right now is I'm finna get a quote directly from Albert Pike, so you can understand where I'm coming from. Now, Albert Pike is also considered historically in America one of America's icons. You understand? So this country was built off Freemasonry. It was never, whoever talks about Masonry in a positive light, you being fooled. Even the Masons, before they were infiltrated by the Illuminati, they infiltrated every level of life to keep anyone from taking away the status quo. You had the New World Order when they brought the slaves here to create this new world. Now you got the new World Order when they finna try to put these RFID chips in you. I made a live video yesterday, a couple of days ago, where I said City Hall out here in Portland, Oregon, literally had a meeting at City Hall regarding putting state employees who work for the state. They're trying to give you RFID chips. Only 9 people that would be considered Portland citizens went to this fucking meeting. You feel what I'm saying? So I was one of them. But my point is, like, Masonry, like, people have Masonry very construed. Yes, they're going to teach you, longitude, latitude. Yes, they're going to teach you what 360 degrees and 720 degrees mean. Of course, these are the things that they could understand from the knowledge they stole from Africa. Everything else is speculation and Luciferian indoctrination. This is what they said. This is not me trying to make people feel like, oh, I'm a Mason. Hey, you believe in what you want to believe in. One of the second most leading Freemasons, other than Albert Pike, is Aleister Crowley. If you know anything about Aleister Crowley was very vocal about being a Luciferian. He was very, very vocal about liking to fuck little boys, pedophilia. He kept it honest. He didn't say things to try to make people look at things like in a light. He called himself the Beast. Okay. If you know about Kinsley looked up to Aleister Crowley, and Kinsley is one of the main reasons why in the early days of like the women liberation movement and stuff and the sex revolution, his stuff was used because he believed in homosexuality. He believed in pedophilia. Through Kinsley, you have NAMBLA, the North American Boy Love Association. They use a lot of quotes from Kinsley. Right now in Congress, they're trying to legalize pedophilia. Why am I talking about pedophilia? Because Greek history is embedded in pedophilia. Greek culture is embedded in homosexuality. The sororities, the fraternities comes from them. Well, the hazing in their day, if you do the research, it was homosexual acts. It was literally homosexual acts for you to be in this in that circle. So, you know, when people do hazing, the reason why they don't tell you what the hazing is, because a lot of those hazing things is, I hate to say it, is a lot of homosexuality in it. And Luciferian indoctrination is very, very deep rooted in homosexuality. They believe homosexuality and pedophilia is the only way to true enlightenment. Yeah. You know, sorry if I was rambling too much.
Oh, no. We talk about a whole crowd of people who love it.
Yeah, you know, so whether or not people want to admit it, you know, and like I said, the mother of my oldest children is a Grand Archon. He never denied this stuff. He's at the level where he can talk about it. You know, he's running shit. You know, he doesn't deny it. This is what's going on. You know, whether you want to be a Rastafarian, whether you want to call yourself a Christian, whether you want to call yourself a Buddhist, whether you want to be an atheist, there is a such thing as good and evil. And there are forces out here that's taking over right now that's pretty damn evil. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, the kind of stuff I talk about on my channel, we're exposing it.
Yeah, you have to.
Video, but they even have one for the kids. A whole group for the kids of Children of Masons.
Yeah, I forgot what they're called. Hold on, let me look it up.
We got one right here in Portland, man. We got the DeMolay. Yeah, the
DeMolay. That's who they are. The Young Association of Freemasonry is the DeMolay. I forgot what they call the women.
Daughters.
Yeah.
You have the girls with rainbows.
Yeah, and it's all embedded. It's all embedded in homosexuality and pedophilia. Like, don't matter how much we don't want to believe this stuff. This is its roots. This is what it's about. 1973, Henry Kissinger went to the Carter administration and said, we have, you know, in a memo that we have to push the homosexuality agenda on the African-American community. Now, you know, you don't have to believe it, but let's look at it like this. The Panthers came out in 67, 68, right? Panthers was only here for 12 months. By the time it was demolished, Superfly come out. Here comes the pimp era, disco time, metrosexuality is at its high rate. By the time you hit the 80s, Magic Johnson got AIDS. And, you know, now they're talking about, they was talking about how it was growing in the gay community. And all of a sudden they stopped talking about how AIDS and the gay community related to each other. Then you look at the 90s, look at the kind of movies.
Androgynous.
Yeah, you look at the kind of movies you had coming out at that time in the 90s. They had that brother who played on Bad Boy, who was not Bad Boy, Baby Boy. He played as the stepfather. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
They had him do a movie where he was a drag queen. Okay. Then you had Will Smith, 60 Laws of Seduction or some shit like that. 60 Degrees of Seduction, where he literally did a homosexual scene. So by the time you get to 99, you know, early 2000s, you know, now you got you know, Cash Money, and you know they making something like they thuggish and stuff, and then you know, Birdman started revealing certain stuff on TV. I don't think he noticed what he was doing, but everybody else is looking at it. By the time you got the New Boys come out, you got this skinny jeans epidemic, and then Young Thug come out. Now people putting purses and shit on their shoulders and things like that. And you know, everybody who's in the music industry has to join Freemasonry. Period.
Yes.
Period. Point blank. That's why right now they're trying to infiltrate reggae. They're trying to infiltrate dancehall because this is because of the Rastaman is probably one of the only you know, oppositions to this bullshit. So they're slowly trying to infiltrate it through Afrobeat. But when you listen to Afrobeat, they trying to sound like us Jamaicans. So at the same time, you know, it's just a total infiltration of the culture. So it's no coincidence that right around the time Black Panther's coming out, even though it's not in reality a black movie, I hate to say it, people, Blue Marvel is the first black superhero. Blade was your first black superhero movie. And whether you want to believe that or not, that's just the truth. Blue Marvel was created by a black man. Wesley Snipes tried to do Black Panther in 93, 94. Stan Lee and them told him to kiss their ass. And he said, well, I'll do Blade. And they say, well, his comics ain't doing too well anyway. Good luck. And Wesley Snipes do 3 movies. Then all of a sudden he gets hit with taxation, goes to jail for 2 years. And then all of a sudden Iron Man comes out. So we got to look at stuff on a grandiose scale when it comes to Freemasonry, when it comes to homosexuality, when it comes to all these things. I didn't mean to argue with a homosexual the other day, but I just told him, when you find anything in nature that is naturally gay, I'll leave y'all to fuck along with this.
Right. Yeah. I mean, eventually you think about it, if everybody's, you know, gay or homosexual or lesbians, I mean, whatever it may be, to each his own, but the population will stop if everybody's that way.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. When to white people, Greece is considered the utopia of knowledge. But Greece's culture was primarily based on pedophilia. Mm-hmm. Look at their gods. Zeus went and kidnapped a young 12-year-old boy, took him to the heavens, and all the male guys raped him. Come on, bro. Who would sit there and think of a story like that but a homosexual or pedophile?
Absolutely.
You know, and they truly believe Masons, Shriners, I don't give a fuck. They all are the same people. They all the 2 wings on the same bird. Okay. You know, it was Bill Gates' father who invested in the Tuskegee research. He's a Freemason.
Believe it.
It was the owner of the Twin Towers building who put an insurance policy on the building before it got blew up. He's a Mason and a Shriner. And these things are not, this information I'm spitting is not inaccessible. You know, I prefer you go to a library. You're going to get a much better experience. But if you want to use the internet, you do what you do, you know, but the information is out there. These people do not deny that they're practicing Luciferian indoctrination. They find it hilarious that not enough people know this shit, right? So the whole point of the movie Eyes Wide Shut, the best way to hide the truth in front of somebody is what? Right in front of their eyes.
Right, exactly.
The best way to hide the truth. You know, I do all this and all that. But when you look at Anton LaVey, they throwing this shit up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody looked up to Aleister Crowley. Everybody, all these people. You got, look, I never liked Jay-Z anyway. I never did. That 444, if you know your numerology, you wouldn't be fucking with the album. It took you 20 years to figure out you need to clean the neighborhood with your own money. Come on, bro. We gotta, what we have to do is, you know, if we're gonna really honor people like Tupac told you what to do, you ain't doing it. Ain't nobody, did nobody care about the lyrics? Nobody.
It's right. Until he passed away, I started thinking, hey, that's when I woke up. I was like, whoa, he was trying to tell us something.
Yeah, man. You know, and I said it in a poem. Now I said it in a rap. You know, my pyramid with a missing top, it wasn't yours to begin with. You know, that's some real shit I'm saying. That's our stuff. You know, but they know we don't know this stuff. They know we're not trying to know this stuff. You know, so they're using our knowledge that they understand because they didn't decipher the hieroglyphics. They did not decipher all of the middle nectar. They didn't decipher all of these things. Okay. They took what they could understand, and as they said, we tried to imitate the ancient builders, the ancient masters, the ancients of knowledge. They copied off of us, and we need to understand that African history is always based on the male-female principle, because we looked at nature and we saw things in their natural order, right? Nature, natural order. So when they came and took it, they looked at it and said, well, you know, I like doing the boy. And I don't know why, but when I do the boy, for some reason, I get this high and it puts me in a state, you know, and this is what we want to do. This is what Greece did, you know, and everybody, don't matter what, you know, you need to watch out for people who's in fraternities, man. I don't care. I'm just gonna let you know right now, you know, my own sister is married to a brother back in Alabama. He's part of Phi Beta, whatever fuck he part of. They don't fuck with me because they know I know who they are. They know I know about the Boulets. They don't even call me. You know, so I tell people, you know, this journey of knowledge and stuff, this ain't no joke. You know, I was fortunate at a young age to be that Huey off of Boondocks. I was very fortunate. You know, it's not that I ain't putting music out here. It's just when you know what's going on, you gotta be careful with what you do. You gotta have solid people around you. Pac would be alive right now if he had the right people around him.
Yeah.
A lot of artists who dead right now would still be alive if they had, you know, the right people around them. I mean, look, I don't even try to pay attention to certain stuff when it comes to like the music industry. But you got this dude, Triple X Tiano, what the fuck his name is? I don't know his damn name. You know, you got a guy sitting here saying, you know, the reason why I ain't trying to do shit because my partner told me I was a sacrifice. And then they on Everyday Struggle with DJ Academics and Joe Budden tells y'all the truth right there. Oh, nigga, they're sacrifices.
Yep.
They're sacrifices. You know, but that's how TV will get you, you know, because it's television.
Exactly.
You know, so the average person to look at that, they'd be like, oh, yeah, that's just some goddamn conspiracy. Well, let's look up the definition of a conspiracy. A conspiracy is an action done by two or more people. That doesn't mean a conspiracy is false. You never see that in the definition of a conspiracy. It's always an action done by two or more people in secrecy. That's all that means. That's all that means.
Keep giving us this knowledge. We love it.
So, you know, you gotta be very, very mindful of everything you're doing. Just like when you did the Keep Portland Real documentary, you know, when I said what I said about music, I was keeping it real. Music influences. Right. So I shared something yesterday. I shared Sade. That's my second wife. Don't let my wife hear me say that, but that's my second wife. You know what I'm saying? And I see people on there, oh yeah, this is my jam. No, it's not. You don't connect to that kind of music because you up in here Percocets, Molly Percocets. That's what you doing. That's what turned that, you know, you listening to Chris Brown. That's your soul music. Stop lying. You know, like we gotta be honest. Music influences, you know, definitely. So China did a test with water. They showed the effects of old school hip hop, conscious hip hop with hip hop today. When they play old school hip hop, the water would turn into like icicles, like cooler, like snowflake sickles. When they play destructive ass hip hop saying bitch and all that shit, it just like a goddamn ripple effect. But we need to understand that music has a very, very, very energetic force. Okay, that's why they banned you from playing the drums when you came over here, because they knew music would make you want to tear some shit up. Think I'm lying? Learn about Amistad. Amistad, they started playing the drums on the ship. They started stomping their feet. and they killed every white man on that ship. So if all we hearing now is destructive music, and they're showing you the Masonic symbols, okay? They're showing you the checkered floors. They're showing you everything. We got to stop being naive and thinking that people have died trying to tell y'all this shit.
Exactly.
You know, gotta get real. Gotta get real with it. If anybody got a question, I mean, go ahead. You know,
okay, so we in Portland right now. You know that.
There's a Mason Lodge on every block.
Thank you. I was just gonna say, tell the people how many Masonic lodges are here in Portland now.
45.
For every block. And all the police are always outside every single one of them.
Do you know about the FOP? Do you know about the FOP?
Which one is that?
That's the Fraternal Order of Police.
Okay.
Research the FOP.
I definitely will.
The FOP is the Masonic version of the police department.
Great. Wow.
The Fraternal Order of Police includes the ATF, the DEA, the FBI, the CIA, MI6, KG5, whatever. Yeah.
Well, you know the used to be the police station on Denver. Now it's a they turned that into a barber shop, and basically the Masonic Lodge is right by there. I pass by there every day.
Right there off of Mississippi and Beach.
Yep, the big one with the blue one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I understand those are blue lodges, so those are the lower levels. They don't know they practicing Luciferian indoctrination.
Oh wow.
They don't know. You don't know what you're practicing until you're in the 33rd level. See, the reason why I was able to have this conversation with my baby mother's grandfather is because, I could just tell they were Masons, because in Alabama, boy, they walk around with their chains and every damn thing. They got a certain walk to them. They got a certain talk to them when you're dealing with a Mason. And, me and him was sitting there chopping it up, man. He couldn't believe I knew all this stuff. I said, yeah. How does it feel knowing what you're practicing and doing what you're doing? And he kept it real. I did what I had to do for my family. That was my journey. I got to have that conversation with the divine creator when I meet him. Hey, I left it alone.
Wow, that's crazy.
If you're gonna get into it, you better know what the hell you're getting into.
Absolutely.
You need to really know. And not to get off subject, but Scientology is Luciferian indoctrination.
Yeah, that's where a lot of stars are in that. Tom Cruise.
Yeah, L. Ron Hubbard. Guess who L. Ron Hubbard's lover was? Aleister Crowley.
Wow.
Guess who funded the South African apartheid? L. Ron Hubbard.
Crazy world we live in.
Who did Farrakhan put on his damn screen in 2007 on Savior's Day? L. Ron Hubbard. Who did Farrakhan indoctrinate into the Nation of Islam? Scientology.
Wow. Wow. I hope everybody's paying attention.
Hey Lizzie, I know why my music ain't listened to as much. When you get the truth on you, it's a different vibration than what you listen.
We don't listen to several of your songs over here. Who's vibing that? Venus Sacrifice. That's my jam.
I appreciate it. And like in the reggae scene and even in the R&B scene, I get so much love, but it's fear. People know what I'm about. People know what I'm about. Don't ask me to support nothing homosexual. I'm not gonna do it. God did not make 3 sexes. Damn sure didn't make 5. All these new terms we coming up with. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. Black woman, you are in danger.
Tell them.
Black man, it's time to step up. Black woman, it's time to stop blaming the black man. It's time to stop that shit. Let me give you a little history. If I'm gonna take over somebody, the first person I'm gonna fuck up from then until ever is the male. Because that's the last person I need to get right. Then I'm gonna make his woman agree with me. And all I gotta do after that is sit back. You want the most accurate depiction of what slavery was? Go watch the movie Amistad, and you'll find out who was really getting raped on the plantation, because it wasn't you, baby. They was doing the boy. They were called buck breaking camps. That's reality. The male, the black male, was getting raped on the plantation. They only raped you when they could see if they could make a mulatto. That's it. That's it. They took more pleasure in doing the boy. There's memoirs from slave masters' wives talking about this shit. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up at all.
Oh, we already know.
And every plantation owner was a Mason.
I believe it. I mean, you got to think about how the police force started. They started as slave catchers.
Slave catchers. There you go. There you go. That's where we at right now. They know only a few of us really looking at this stuff for what it is, and they counting on it. I know Wesley Snipes is probably crying right now. Tears. Because his own people out here saying, I'm finna go see the first black superhero movie.
Sad. It's sad. We gotta keep waking people up, man.
I be trying, man. I do it on the grassroots level because, you know, it's bad enough being in the system as a political agitator. Ain't shit fun about that shit, man. I can tell you what comes with being labeled a political agitator. Gang stalking. You know what gang stalking is?
Hey, they told me the stuff I'm talking about on my channel, I'm about to get gang stalked. They tell me all the time.
Yeah. Gang stalking is, Mr. Foster, hope you have a good day today. Gang stalking is you sitting outside your back patio just chilling, and they park in front of your back porch and they just stare at you. Gang stalking is when you try to apply for a job and they bring up the fact that you in the system as a political agitator.
Wow.
This shit ain't no joke. It's not. It's nothing to play with. You gotta be smarter than your enemy.
Exactly. You
gotta study your enemy. You know. You want to know about the Illuminati? Follow the Council on Foreign Relations. That's the branch in America. You want to know what they finna do to you? Anytime you hear the Council on Foreign Relations is having a presentation on TV, you get a goddamn piece of paper and a pen, and you listen to what they say, and you write shit down.
Tell them.
You really want to get conscious on this shit, you need to sit your ass and watch a 3 to 4 hour congressional hearing. Get a piece of paper and a pen and write shit down. Otherwise, you just going around in circles with this shit. Masons just laughing at you. They know what time it is.
They sure do. But we know what time it is. We need to start waking up. We gotta wake up, people.
Yeah,
we can't be asleep forever.
And you ain't gotta wear your African crown on your gown and your boobas and boo-boos. You ain't gotta do all that if you ain't really about it and you ain't really doing it to truly express yourself. You know, when I wear my turban, it's my crown. I'll be forgetting it's on my head. My kids, when I take my turban down and I show my locks, my kids be amazed. They don't see daddy locks that often. This is a true spiritual walk. You know, drop the ego. The revolution is not supposed to be televised. That was said for a reason. Niggas is televising the revolution. and they come to me and be like, yeah, BJ, I'm down, brother. I'm down. Oh, really, nigga? Lizzie, I suggest you get a book by Huey P. Newton. It's called Revolutionary Suicide.
Okay.
Because all revolutionaries know they are a doomed man walking. And if you don't understand that, I'm going to tell you like Malcolm X, get your ass back in the alley. For real.
You know, I thank you for coming to my panel and continue to waking these people up.
Oh, man, I appreciate you.
You're talking to a crowd of woke people right here in this room, but we always have people watching who on the fence about things, you know, that came from the dark side.
Oh, you
so
know.
I hope they're listening as well and taking information in.
Yeah. You know, look, you keep doing what you're doing, baby girl, because there are paid people, paid trolls designed to get on people's YouTube pages, flag certain videos down, and they're literally paid to do this stuff. Okay,
I believe it. We've been through that so many times on this over here on this side.
Yeah, you know, so that's why I stopped going Facebook Live. Remember, I used to go live. I used to play reggae and all that kind of stuff. People started flagging me for no reason. So I just made a decision. I said, you know what, forget it. And I went live last night, or was it night before, and I was just speaking on stuff I'm seeing. You know, we got to stop letting social media run our lives, everybody. Put the phone down and enjoy what's outside.
Yes, in our family.
Enjoy, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Me and my girl went out, and there was a couple on their phone, both of them on their phone at dinner. If I wanted to do that, I'd be at the house, and me and my wife be in a different room, and I'd be on my phone all day, eating the same food. You know? So yeah, you know, I appreciate you for real. You know, you one of the realest black women I know. And you just keep being you.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate you as well. I'm gonna close it out. You know, the people, they want you to come back.
That's what they said.
Come back. Yeah, they in the chat. Like I said, they want you to come back. Why don't you go ahead and tell us your YouTube page so they can subscribe to you as well. You can send me that in Messenger, and I'll link that in my description as well. So people. All right.
Yeah, I ain't really got nothing going on that YouTube page, man. But it's Brandon Foster. It ain't nothing special. YouTube.com/Brandon Foster. You'll see me before my locks were long. You see some like beads on my neck looking to the side. If you want to check out my music, just hit soundcloud.com/struggle 2014, all one word. Check out that Portland Real documentary if you haven't checked it out.
We watched it. We watched it over here. I
watch it all the time. All the time.
You know, when I went back and watched it, I was listening to everybody's story. Everybody was speaking about God and how they have changed and how music changed. And I really appreciate that. And I'm glad that I documented that.
Yeah. Hey, real gonna forever recognize real. And you know, like I said, you just keep doing what you're doing. You always be making big moves. So you just keep doing what you're doing. You need to get a podcast radio station too.
Oh, we're gonna get it in over here. We're gonna get it in over here. Now. I want to chat to goodbye to Brandon Foster. That's the homie BJ, the voice. Look out for him. He's one of the real ones. Shout out to Andrea. Shout out to Chosen King. Shout out to Chosen Queen. Shout out to Dita Queen. Shout out to Ebony. Shout out He Knows. Shout out to Catherine. We got Angela in the building. Shout out to Lovely Dreamer. Shout out to Mo Valley, my boy Mo Valley. Shout out to Miss T. Hi, Apple. Hey, Sharon. Shout out to Sylvia. We got T Sipper. Hey, Yomi. Shout out to Terry, man. I love y'all, man. My family.
Yeah. Thank you for listening, everybody. I appreciate that. You know, because I don't get to talk like this that often unless it's around my elders.
For sure. You can come over here. You're welcome on my panel anytime.
Well, thank you for having me. Now, y'all have a blessed day.
All right, everybody. Good. Everybody have a good morning. We'll meet up next time. King Rob is live. Make sure you go check him out. King Rob is live, y'all. All right, y'all. Love my family, man. Stay up. Holla.
Peace.